solid, it will take 1.5 to 2 hours. Okay. So anyway, very good morning. We'll start with anyway the remedy. So you all know which we'll be starting. So this is one of the. What do you know about Lycopodium? Because I had already told you in the last class we'll be discussing Lycopodium. Huh? It's an inert substance. Okay, good. Spores is what we use. And this is according to Darwin's evolution, this is one of the oldest spores present on Earth. And this itself will tell us that, in spite of so many changes happening, the plant still continues, okay, to exist. And according to many authors, Lyco is one of the most commonest constitution on this planet. Lyco people are the most commonest constitution. Okay. So anyway, we will just try to understand Lycopodium in detail. What Lycopodium is. Okay. And where exactly Lycopodium acts. Lycopodium ailments, how do they look physically? What are the mental attributes? Everything in detail we will try to understand. Okay. So somebody was using the word it is inert. And from your pharmacy knowledge, Lyco, which is the part that we use in Lycopodium? Spores. Now why Lyco was inert according to all of us was when it is used with spores, it is inert. Okay. But when the spores are broken open and then it will have some oily substance, and this oily secretion is what will cause the effects. So once you start triturating, done, the hidden energy of Lycopodium gets liberated. Club mass or wolf's foot are the two common names of Lycopodium for you. But very important is the sphere of action. Where exactly Lycopodium acts? Okay. See, I used the word that it's one of the commonly indicated constitutional remedy. Natrium, sulfur, Lyco, pulse. Okay. These are all the common Naxvomica. These are all the commonest polycrest that we often use in our clinics. Okay. So Lyco, when you prove or when Lycopodium is given, which part does Lycopodium act is very, very important. Okay. But I use the word polycrest, which you all know what we mean by polycrest. What is a polycrest? A remedy which has action on various parts. Okay. So when you look at Lycopodium, this is also a remedy which has got actions on various parts. But predominantly, Lycopodium acts on the mucous membrane. And again, you have mucous membrane throughout in many areas. But this remedy has got special affinity for lungs and for kidneys. And the GA. Anyway, GA we'll talk about GA a little later. So first Lycopodium. This is a polycrest remedy, and this remedy has main action on the mucous membrane, and more so it has got action on the mucous membrane of lungs and kidneys. Acting on the mucous membrane, this will cause inflammation. Okay. So inflammation. And second very important action where we practically use Lycopodium is its action on the GA, gastrointestinal tract. Okay. So acting on the GA, it will cause slow digestion, indigestion, and again, students are exposed to clinics, or we have few of you whose parents are homeopaths. Okay. Now this is where Lycopodium is very often used. It is one of the trios of flatulent remedies. What is this? This is a remedy which has got tendency to produce gas. Trios, Nash trios. You understand the importance of trios? you have got so many flatulent remedies. And among those many flatulent remedies, Nash, according to Nash, he has got 3 top remedies. And one of those top remedies for flatulence is Lycopodium. The other 2, China, very good, and Carbovec. We'll take up, if time permits, how do we differentiate China from Carbovec from Lycopodium. Okay, so acting on GA, it will cause slow digestion, indigestion, and it will also cause flatulence. Okay, see another area, like for example, you have skin, and on skin it will cause eruptions, it will cause papules. Okay, papules are small. What is a papule? Huh? It's an elevation, small elevation. Okay, it's a small eruption, small elevation. When it is below 1 centimeter, we call them as papule. There will be no fluid, nothing. It's a small elevation. Okay, so it can cause papules, it can cause eczema, it can cause eruptions. Another area, again very, very important, will be the kidneys. So acting on kidneys, what will Lycopodium do? What will Lycopodium do? Okay, nephritis, inflammation, nephritis. And again, you will see a little later, one top remedy for kidney stones. Okay, so it can either cause inflammation, and it can also produce, or it can also cure renal calculi. We'll talk more in detail after some time, but I just want you to feel, where exactly Lycopodium acts and what exactly it can produce. Okay. Male genitalia. Male genitalia, it causes increased sexual desire and followed by impotency. We'll discuss. So on the male genitalia, Lycopodium causes increased sexual desire, and it can also cause impotency. Okay, and then rectum. See, you can name any organ, any part. You see Lycopodium acting. Rectum, it will cause constipation. Okay, and like for example, female genitalia, it can cause menstrual irregularities. Okay, so moving further, or before we move further, what is that you understood in sphere of action? So it's a very important remedy. And we can't cover Lycopodium in 1.5 hours. But as I told you yesterday, we are trying to have an exam version of Lycopodium. And beautiful remedy. But I'll give you all the key points. Though we have less time, I'll give you the key points. Okay, concentrate, very important. Done. And that's the reason I started telling you it is one of the top constitutional remedy. Okay, fine. If you take a survey throughout world, one of the topmost constitutional remedy that many of us belong to is Lycopodium, Lyconatrum. Done. Okay, so we'll get back. Artha, first action was mucous membrane, and second you saw GA, rectum, skin, kidneys or urogenitals. You also saw male and female genitalia. Okay. Now a few more points that we can discuss here is the diathesis. What is diathesis? Okay, tendency. Now what are all the diatheses that you are aware of? Scrofulous, rheumatic, hemorrhagic, gouty. Okay, chalo. And this is a remedy which belongs to gouty diathesis. Now what happens in gouty diathesis? There will be problems with uric acid metabolism. Okay, there will be accumulation of uric acid. So Lyco is a remedy which has got gouty diathesis. Now what common problems a person will have with gouty diathesis? Kidney stones, good. More than kidney stones, gout. you see uric acid getting deposited in the joint spaces. So gouty diathesis is the diathesis to which Lycopodium belongs to. Okay. Now apart from the diathesis, miasm. Though you are in second year, you don't know nothing about miasm, but probably when you come to third year, we'll try to understand materia medica with miasm. Okay? Materia medica with miasm. Now another area that's very important for us is ailments from. We have seen in dull camera, we have seen in Sina, we also spoke of ledum, we spoke of silicea. 4 remedies that I have taken up. And all the 4 remedies, they had a good amount of ailments. And Lyco being a deep acting and a constitutional remedy, you have got plenty of ailments in Lycopodium. To start with, when you talk of mental ailments or when you talk of physical ailments, under mental ailments, you have ailments which mainly comes from anger. Ailments which comes from anticipation. Okay? I have told you about anticipation. What is anticipation? Anticipation. We discussed that in silicea. Again, a top remedy for anticipation. Other remedies for anticipation? Argentum, good. Yeah, silicea. Gelsemium, very good, gelsemium. See, you know the remedies. Without knowing the meaning and without interpreting the meaning, knowing the remedies, how will this help you? Am I right or wrong? You all know, and no patient will come to you with a board saying, I have got anticipation, give me silicea or give me gelsemium. You know the remedies. But before knowing the remedies, you should also know the meaning, no? Meaning, and how do you identify this in your clinics? When I did silicea, I did discuss what anticipation means. Yes or no? What is anticipation? Fear of? Okay. Fear what will happen. How do you identify this in your clinics? What are all the examples that I gave you? We discussed a case of a lady, 60 years old lady, a fresh case in clinic. She never goes to doctor. Or why you don't go to doctor? I am afraid what the doctor will tell. Fine? I am afraid what the doctor will tell. Or before going for investigations, you have this anticipation. What will the results be? Forget about patients. Before exams, you have, what is that anticipation you have? Will Lycopodium come as a drug picture? Will silicea come as a drug picture? What will come? What is going to happen? So that is what we call it as anticipation. Fine? Okay. So gelsemium had. What will happen in argentum nitricum when they have anticipation? Diarrhea. Very good. Argentum will have diarrhea. Fine? Argentum will have diarrhea. So Lyco is also a top remedy for ailments from anticipation. Ailments from anticipation, ailments from fear, okay? Ailments from anger, ailments from grief, ailments from disappointment, and ailments from chagrin. What is chagrin? Ailments from chagrin. What is chagrin? See, when disappointment is associated with anger, then it becomes chagrin. Displeasure. For example, I give you a topic to present, okay? And you would have prepared very well, and you come here and you present. And in the process, or after you present, you are not happy with your presentation. No. This is what I didn't expect. I had prepared so well. So there you are disappointed and there you are angry. Fine? So when you have a combination of disappointment and anger, then it will become chagrin. Displeasure. What you are expected, things are not happening to that extent, then chagrin comes. What are all the elements? Anxiety, anticipation, fear, disappointment. Disappointment in general, not necessarily love. Chagrin, grief. Okay? And physical ailments. You got a lot of physical ailments, like for example, like overlifting, or it can also, under mental causes, you can also use mental exertion. You are exerting your mind beyond your capacity. Which was the other remedy? Silesia. What happens in silesia from mental exertion? They get headaches. They get headaches. Okay? So your overexertion, mental strain, okay, overlifting, done. And like for example, eating cabbage, oysters. I'll tell you what all these are. Oysters. Bad effects of masturbation, sexual excess. Okay? Sweets. Sweets, they love sweets. They have desires for sweets, Lycopodium. Okay? So we'll get back. Ailments which comes from eating cabbage. Eating cabbage. Or ailments from eating oysters. What are oysters? Shellfish. Shellfish. So they'll have more of rectal complaints after all these things. GI complaints after all this. Okay? Or bad effects of masturbation. Bad effects of masturbation. These are few causative factors you have in Lycopodium. Okay? Oysters, overstrain, overeating cabbage, bad effects of masturbation, overlifting. Overlifting, other remedies? Good, restox. Only restox. Only restox or 2 to 3 class was much better, no? I thought morning 9 to 11 you will be fresh. Okay, chalo. Ailments, any questions? Ailments, any questions? You have no questions? Okay. We'll also try to understand how Lycopodium looks physically. What is this? We call it as? Physical constitution. See, constitution means what? It includes both physical and mental attributes. Allah. So we'll try to understand the physical constitution of Lycopodium. How do they look physically? There are few remedies in which the physical appearance is very, very prominent. Quickly name few remedies. Calcarea? Carb, good. How is it in calcarea carb? Fair, fat and flabby. Good. Calcarea carb. Calcarea first? Very good. Long neck? Good. Large head? Flat chest, flat abdomen, rickety features and thin extremities. Okay. Generally they have long neck and head is comparatively large. Good. Calcarea first. Silesia?
Head is large.
Very good. Head is large. Extremities and are thin. How is it different from calcarea first? Very good. Pot-bellied abdomen or distended abdomen. And other remedies, quickly. Tuja, how is Tuja? Tuja. See, Tuja is again a remedy which is psychotic. You'll understand miasms. But then what happens in Tuja is again, they are again generally like people with who are fat. That's why one author says they resemble like Ganesh ji. Fine? Lord Ganesh. Okay, usually fat. That's because of the psychotic miasm. We'll discuss in third year. Other remedies. Now talking about Lyco. Okay. See, Lyco people are physically lean, thin, emaciated. Okay. And physically weak, mentally very intelligent. You getting my point? Physically they are very lean, thin and emaciated. And the emaciation in Lycopodium is more over the upper part. Okay? Lower part they are not emaciated. Upper part they are emaciated. Emaciation more over upper part. And lower part they are obese. So that is typical features of Lycopodium. And mentally very, very sharp. Mentally very sharp. Okay? Old looking people. prematurely old looking people. For example, if you look at a person, what do you understand by prematurely old looking? मतलब क्या? Huh? They might be 20, but for you they look like 30 or 35. Okay? Huh? For you they might look aged, but that is not the real age. Okay? They're just 20, but for you they look, you feel looking at them. They might have a premature graying of hair. Okay? And that wrinkled face, wrinkled skin, which gives you an appearance of old person. So physically they are lean, thin, emaciated, and that emaciation is more prominent in upper part, okay, and lower part is generally obese, and people who look prematurely old. Other remedies quickly. Very good. Argentum. One more. There are many, plenty, but one more is opium is there for you. Yes, syllabus. Okay. Chalo. Argentum is one remedy. Okay. Now, any questions in the introductory part? What did we take up? Are you clear with sphere of action, all of you? And the next topic we spoke was ailments from. Any questions here? Ailments from? Illa. If you have anything, please ask. I'll clarify. And next we spoke about the diathesis, the physical appearance, and thermals. Lycopodium is a hot patient. But the only thing, hot patient means they cannot tolerate heat. Chilly patient means they cannot tolerate cold. Cilicia is chilly. Okay? Lycopodium is hot. Meaning they are the kind of people who can tolerate cold better, but they cannot tolerate heat. Okay? But the only thing in Lyco they feel better is the throat and GI complaints, they feel better by drinking hot or warm things. Artha agta idea? Exactly opposite to what happened in Cilicia. Cilicia is what thermally? Chilly. But they have desire for cold things, and they have desire for ice creams. Okay? So thermally Lycopodium is hot. Lyco is hot. Now the interesting part of Lycopodium, I'll clear this. Okay. Okay, now the interesting part of Lycopodium is what? Mind. And again, mind of Lycopodium, we have 1225 symptoms. How many? 1225 symptoms. So should I tell you all those 1225 symptoms? Yes? Huh? Even if you say yes, I can't tell. Okay. The reason being, Lyco mind itself is a topic which we can speak for hours together. 5 hours, 6 hours, Lyco mind. Beautiful topic. But unfortunately, we don't have so much of time. Okay? For a second year student, what is required is what I'll be trying to explain. Okay? So, but we'll try to take up all the key points in mind of Lycopodium. Now what you see in Lyco mind is that, to start with, they are the kind of people who are highly timid. Okay? Now what do you understand by timid? Darpok, people who have no courage, less courage. Okay? So one thing what you Lycopodium is timidity. And this timidity gives rise to a lot of complaints, lot of problems in Lycopodium. Somebody was also using a word, covered. What is covered? Or how is covered different from timid? Are they same? No. So you all agree that they are different. They are different. Now, how are they different? So timid we saw was a person without courage, or a person who's got low courage, less courage. I'll give you some examples. And we also have something called as coward. Cowardice. When do we say cowardice? When there is timidity, there is indecisiveness, and cowardice is a person who will run away from responsibilities. Cowardice is a person who runs away from responsibilities. Okay? You getting my point? The main motto or the main aim of a person with cowardice is, let me escape. There is a problem. Okay, there is a problem. Now, how do you understand a timid person and how do you understand a coward person? Are you getting my point? Allah. So, there is a problem. How will a timid person behave or how will a coward person behave? Timid person, what will you do? There is a problem. Will you go? At least he will have that curiosity to go see. What will the cowardice do? He will run away. Why? Why should I get involved? So he will take some other route and he will run away. But this guy is again lacking courage. But at least he might just go with lot of fear, see what is happening. He may not get involved. Class undan nenu patkondu kusan sir cheppandi. So timid, you are getting my point? Timid, cowardice. See, you have only with this we can explain the entire Lycopodium. Okay? See, this timidity can give rise to a lot of things. And one more very important thing you have in Lycopodium is want of confidence. What is want of confidence? People who don't have confidence. Okay? Exactly opposite is people who are confident. Positive people who are confident. So Lycopodium is timid, and Lycopodium also is a person, is a constitution who will not have confidence. They lack confidence. Okay? And this timidity again in Lycopodium can bring or can give rise to a lot of fears. They have a lot of fears in Lycopodium. And to name few, they have fear of being alone. See, fear of being alone. They have fear of being alone. But what is so special in Lycopodium is, though they have fear of being alone, they don't want anybody around. They want somebody in the next room. That's how Kent says. You getting my point? They cannot stay alone. But they want somebody. Somebody where? Somebody not necessarily with them. Somebody next room. Quickly, which are all the remedies? I seriously don't know if I can finish Lycopodium. Lycopodium by next 1 hour. If you want comparison. Okay. Then, we may have to extend Lycopodium for another hour or a half. You're okay with it, or I'll just give you the key points and finish it? Which are all the other remedies which have fear of being alone? Stramonium, very good, beautiful. Who said stramonium? Good, stramonium. Huh? Stramonium is there in a syllabus? No, I'm happy, stramonium. Then, Natremure wants to be alone or he doesn't like to be alone? Natrum anyway is not yet over for you, if I'm right. But anyway, good, you told Natrum. We'll try to take up Natrum. At least tell me the remedies, I'll give you the comparison. Tell some remedies. Now you tell aconite. Because your sir will give you the explanation. No? Aapko to kuch nahi jayega na. Huh? She said stramonium, very happy. She said Natremure. Chalo, you know only 2 remedies. Huh? Very good, Jalsi ma'am. Chalo. So, third remedy. See, think and answer. A remedy which has got fear of being alone. Fine. We'll take up stramonium. Now, how is it in stramonium? I know it's not there in a syllabus, but she's raised it. We'll take up stramonium. Stramonium, again a beautiful remedy. we have got wonderful results in our clinic with stramonium. And stramonium has got more of panic. Out of panic, they want company. And in stramonium, company is clinging. They cling. What is clinging? Getting? They try to hold to something. Fine? Okay? And stramonium is a remedy, beautiful remedy. One small case I'll share is this boy who sleeps holding his mother's hand. Okay? Fine? Is it normal or abnormal? Why abnormal? A child holding mother's hand, is it abnormal? Fine? You should have asked me one more question. How old is the child, sir? Child is 21 years old. He is a 21 years old boy. Every day, since the mother remembers, he is a kind of a guy who has to hold his mother's hand and sleep. Mother says many times, we don't go out. Meaning, both father and mother, they can't go out because this guy will not get sleep without mother's hand. So he has to hold her hand to sleep. And stramonium has got another beautiful symptom. They have got fear of dark. And so prominent in stramonium, Vitalka says, they are deep asleep. Okay? And when power goes, they immediately get up. You getting my point? They sleep with lights on. They sleep with lights on. And this is a point mother told. Okay? Fine? We were just trying to take the case and asking what is special about your son, mind, mentals. Sir, we are all very close family, close-knit family, very good. Then, chalo, what else? This guy has to hold my hand and sleep. Fine? For a 21 years old boy, this is unusual. I am afraid which girl will marry him. Chalo, don't worry. Don't worry. No problem. With due respects. So don't bother. So what I was just trying to tell you is, he had come to us for pimples. Okay? And we had given him stramonium based on the mind. In stramonium, you don't have pimples. Fine? And you can't think of any other remedy when you have got such strong mental symptoms. This is what we say clinging. Clinging. I will talk of clinging some other day. Beautiful topic. And natremure. Natremure is not yet over for you, but natrums are people who like to be alone.
But they also want somebody else to be there.
See, natrums generally why natrums want to be alone? Natrum, somebody will talk to you, but natrum, somebody will talk to you in detail, but I'll just try to tell you a point here. Natrums are people, with a lot of grief, with a lot of sadness. If you are in a company, when you are sad, what will you do? Your friend is in sadness, in grief, what will you do? It's okay, your boyfriend left. My boyfriend also left. Why are you feeling bad? You're getting my point. Okay, you'll get somebody nice, good. And natrums are the kind of people who will not like consolation. And you'll not even know that they have wept. You get my point? They go to a room, lock themselves, they weep, and they come out and they give you, nothing happened. Nothing happened kind of a picture. But deep inside, there will be good amount of grief. So natrums are people who will not like company, at least when they are in grief. Fine? Yes? Okay, you want me to take up this question? How is it different, the grief in Aram and the grief in natrum? Somebody? Aram is over. Aram is not there in second year. Okay, chala. Don't bother. Now that you have raised Aram, how is the grief in Aram? See again, to understand the grief in Aram, you should know the Aram personality. But in 2-3 lines, Aram is a kind of a person who is again very hardworking, very industrious, very diligent, who believes in himself, works very hard. Gold. Now what you have to remember in Aram is, when they also have disappointment in love, they also go into grief. Okay? Natrum also goes into grief. Lot of remedies can go into grief. Now Aram grief is something for which Aram keeps blaming himself. For example, there is a breakup. How will Aram feel? Because of me. Must be I didn't give him time. Must be he called me to coffee shop. I didn't go. It's all because of me. Fine? He called me somewhere. I didn't go. Because of me. Fine? So in Aram what happens is, that guilt or that feeling like, it's all because of me. That is very prominent. And more so, you will have to grow as a good homeopath. You should understand in grief how each of them are reacting. Allah. So natrums, they withdraw, they brood, they sit in a corner, they weep, they will not like consolation. And how will Aram react in grief? Problems because of me. Because of me. I didn't study well. I should have studied well. That's why I failed. Aram will not fail, but generally, for example, if at all they do fail, they blame themselves. And the instant reaction Aram gets is, I should kill myself. Why I should kill myself? Problems are because of me, no. Only if I am there, problem, no. If I am not there, no problem for you, no problem for me. So, you are getting my point? See, that's the reason we say homeopathy is beautiful science. Fine? For an allopath, it will not make any difference. Disappointment in love or disappointment in exams, depression, for him it will not make a difference. You give him antidepressants. But for us, you are disappointed. Why are you disappointed? What happened? Fine? How are you reacting? You feel like dying? We are so shameless, And when the patient says, sir, I feel like dying, you feel happy inside. Yeah. No. The idea, see, don't mistake me. But as a homeopath, not that, we are also human beings. We are better human beings than others. Fine? Seriously. That's what my sir says. If you have chosen homeopathy, it's destiny. And not all of you will become great homeopaths. Fine? I'll be very happy if all of you become great homeopaths. Sir says it's all destiny. You are destined to become a great homeopath. Fine? Okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is, when a person is trying to tell that, I feel like killing, or if I get these strong suicidal thoughts, yeah, we also feel very bad. But more than feeling bad, deep inside, we are thinking about the remedy. So she is not natrum. Okay? Or she is not ignitia. So she has to be aurum. Or she has to be natrum self. Not natrum your. You getting my point? So how they react, what is the cause, that becomes very important. Am I clear? We'll get back to Lycopodium. Okay? So another remedy, fear of being alone. Pulse is again a remedy which is very timid. It should be over or somebody will do for you. Don't worry. Now why Pulse wants company? Pulse wants company. If you see, pulsatilla is like this. Like, they'll go, and they'll go to people and they'll go to see, that guy ditched me. What is wrong in me? I did everything for him. In spite of all that, see, he ditched me. They start weeping. And they will weep. Why do they weep? Deep inside they want you to, it's okay. Now you do all that. It's okay, I also had, he also left. Now you do. See, that's what. As a homeopath, you know which constitution, how you should behave. For example, natrum, they don't weep in front of you. For example, you have created a mahal like that and natrum starts weeping. Don't go close to natrum and say, it's okay, fine. And you should maintain your distance. This is what homeopathy teaches. Fine. For example, it is pulsatilla. If you don't console, she will not come back to you. What doctor he is? I was weeping so much, and that man didn't even tell a word. It's okay. He didn't even console me. He's a stone-hearted guy. I will not go to him. That is pulsatilla. So if you don't console pulsatilla, you will miss pulsatilla. Don't give medicine. You just console. Oh, it happened. How it happened? Why it happened with you? It's okay. Fine. At least 3-4 visits, she will definitely come to you. This will come to you. Fine. Sir, after I spoke to you, I felt so nice. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. Natrums will not like. Natrums, for example, even if you go close, they hardly a tear will start dropping down, and they take control over the situation. Yeah, I'm fine. It's okay, doctor. You stay where you are. I am okay. Fine? Natram. You're getting my point? So like, I mean, that's the reason I keep insisting when we talk of mind of a polycrust, it's beautiful. Lyco, 6 hours. Virat, 8 hours. We can talk at stretch. It's beautiful. Because we never know where we would have started, and comparisons are so beautiful. And coming back to the track also becomes very difficult. Anyway, we'll come back to the track. Fear of being alone. There are a lot of remedies. For example, arsenic is there in your syllabus. Yes? Why arsenic has fear of being alone? It's there and it's over.
Fear of ghost.
Huh?
Fear of ghost.
See, more than fear of ghost. More than fear of death. They have anxiety of health. They have got anxiety of health. If they are in company, they feel better. Okay? Another remedy is phosphorus. But I have been trying to tell many of you, first is a remedy whose company even you enjoy. You agree, or you are getting my point? Phosphorus also has fear of being alone. Phosphorus also needs company. But first company is something you enjoy. He is very jovial, The moment first is a light bearer. It's like light, no? The moment first comes, there's so much of brightness. Brightness means don't look for brightness. What I meant brightness here is the mahal becomes very lively, very, jovial. You are all laughing, he is also laughing, you are enjoying, he is also enjoying. Okay, that's phosphorus. Fine? So here there is a fear of being alone, but they will not want somebody close. They want somebody in the next room. Okay? A Lycopodium mother can stay alone at home provided there is somebody. Somebody. Even she says, my 3-year-old son is with me, I am okay. Okay? I can stay. Or my son is in the next floor, next room, next door, not building, next door. Or is there in the first floor. She is confident. She is comfortable. Otherwise she gets a lot of fears. Another very important fear in Lycopodium is fear of undertaking new. What is this? Fear of undertaking new. Why do they have this fear? They can't undertake anything new. And why they can't undertake anything new is because they also have strong fear of failure. If I undertake anything new, I'll fail. Is the fear what Lyco has. Continuing with fears, Lycopodium also has fear of marriage. Lycopodium has got fear of marriage. Why Lyco has fear of marriage? Why Lyco has fear of marriage? Undertaking new. Is it because of undertaking new? See, undertaking new can be many undertaking new. But marriage is once, no? Why Lycopodium has fear of marriage? They also have, see, what is marriage? I mean, there are different definitions of marriage. Fine? Okay? One simple definition or one simple thing, marriage is also a responsibility. Allah? I mean, it's also a responsibility. Like, one girl comes believing you, and then you start a family, you should take care of her, you should take care of the kids and all. And they've got a strong fear of responsibility. Lyco has fear of responsibility. Lyco has fear of marriage. Immediately when I use the word marriage, your friend was talking of pulsatilla. What is there in pulsatilla? Aversion to marriage. Why they have aversion to marriage in pulsatilla? Huh? Why they have aversion to marriage?
Fear of opposite sex.
Okay, very good. Fear of opposite sex. Fear of men. Okay. Like a pulsatilla male can also have aversion to marriage. See, in pulsatilla, more than those fears, in pulsatilla it is a fixed thought. They are in a very comfortable zone, no? Pulse can attract you. Anybody can fall for pulsatilla. Like, they can create a scene. They can, emotional attachar. Emotionally they can blackmail you. They can do anything, so that they get the kind of limelight they want. Okay? And pulsatilla, more than anything, they have got this strong, thought. that how that guy will be, fine, and it's more of a delusion. They have aversion to milk. Not that they can't drink milk, but it is something that is there. I should not drink milk, whatever. But you explain them, make them understand, yeah, they can drink. And pulsatilas are great cheaters. Many men would have fallen for the charms of pulsatilla, and she would have taken all of them for a ride. And she's pulsatilla, fine. So what, mild, healed and all, but they are very shallow people. Very shallow people, pulsatilla. No, don't take names. With due respect, fine. So we'll get back. So fear of being alone, fear of undertaking new, failure, marriage, responsibility, fear of death, fear of ghost. Somebody was telling that. Fear of ghost. They got a lot of fears. Pulsatilla. Lycopodium. See, this cowardice, this timidity, this want of confidence can tell you about all the fears they have in pulsatilla. In Lycopodium. Okay. Now, moving further, what you also have in Lycopodium is they have a lot of stage fear. They have got a lot of stage fear. Silesia, gelsemium. It's a very good remedy for anticipation, anxiety, irritability, anger, and all. See, now what you also have to understand here is, see, from this picture what you got is pulsatilla is very timid, fine. Deep inside he is covered. Lycopodium. Deep inside is covered. But you will see that they want to project themselves to be strong. Fine? Okay? So this will be a dikava to the world. Fine? If I am weak, what will people do? Yeah, they'll take advantage, they'll stamp me. But he's a very intelligent guy, he's a very ambitious guy. So if I continue to project to the world that I am timid, I am covered, I don't want to get married, or I don't want to take up responsibilities, then I will be, suppressed. So to overcome, what Lycopodium will do is, they try to act that, they are powerful, they are dominating. Okay? So how do they do? What do you do when you are timid and you want to boost up your ego? What do you do? You have no patience in your clinic. You would have started your clinic. It's 3 months, you have no patience. You have no patience in your clinic. After 3 months you meet your friend. What will Lycopodium tell? Mom, क्या practice मालूम? क्या practice मालूम? कितना अच्छा चल रहा मालूम क्लिनिक? सच्ची में चल रहा है क्या? नहीं. सच्ची में चल रहा है क्या? नहीं चल रहा. लेकिन क्या कर रहे हो आप? अपने ईगो को आप पंप मार रहे हो ना, हवा मार रहे हो, ईगो को बड़ा कर रहे हो. And what you also see there in Lycopodium is they start boasting about themselves. They are great boasters. They start boasting. इतना अच्छा कैसे था मॉम? कैंसर आया था, ऐसा कैसा ऐसा ट्रीट कर दिया मैंने. ಎಲ್ಲ ದೊಡ್ಡ. So but why you have this? See, many people, do remember, many people who keep talking high about them, no, they are all, I don't say they are all Lycopodiums, they are all people who don't have confidence. When somebody in front of your clinic, in front of you, they talk big about themselves. I am like this doctor, I am this, I am that. Remember, deep inside, क्या जो भी blown up है ना, आप एक पिन लेके मारेंगे ना, टुस कराएगा ना, so आता रहा, so it's all blown up. So Lyco, you will see as you grow up that they try to dominate. Can anybody tell me on whom do they dominate? On weaker people. If they dominate on stronger people, what will they know? See the intelligence of Lycopodium. They know their capacity. So they will not dominate on higher people. They will not dominate on people who are strong. If some fight is happening, if it is weaker, this man will go, hey, and if he is strong, how the sir? Okay, fine. You are getting my point? I mean, this is how Lycopodiums are. So you got this rubric, hard, HARD, hard on inferiors, soft on superiors. See, so beautifully given in your Materia Medica. Another Hard and inferior. Hard means you are strong. On whom you are strong? You are strong on people who are inferior. And on whom you are soft? Your boss comes, good morning, and you're somebody below, then all that you go. Then you start becoming somebody great. So hard on inferiors, soft on superiors is also what you have in Lycopodium. They dominate. Whom do they dominate? A married man will dominate over his wife. In office they would have blasted him properly. Fine? And there he can't do anything. He will come home and everything, he will show it on his wife. Fine? Yeah. See, don't take this very seriously. Population कम हो जाएगा. Okay. See, aversion marriage, and more than marriage, aversion responsibility. That's why Lycopodium will have more of one-night stands. You agree? You understood what I'm trying to tell you? Aversion marriage, aversion responsibility. Fine? So Lycopodium, it's all erased. What did we see under the male sexual organs? So what you see in Lycopodium is they are the kind of people who will have more of one-night stands. ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಬನ್ನಿ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? 10:30. We'll have more of one-night stands. I hope you understand by one-night stands. Fine? Gothilva? One-night stands, like, no commitment. Fine? Okay? Have the physical relationship, whatever you want, and you come off. Fine? They're not ready for taking up responsibilities. They're not ready for marriage. Fine? So, that's with Lyco. So, where did we stop? Marriage came up in between. What happened? We are talking of they being more aggressive at home, and if wife is strong, then even at home. You getting my point? So Lycopodium will try to act smart or try to boss over people who are lower than him, who are inferior to him. When it is superior, they are very quiet. 3 remedies you should remember here. Which are all the other 3? One is Barat, the other one is Platina, and the other one is Lycosis and Lyco. Only 4 remedies we have in our Materia Medica. Hard on inferiors, soft on superiors. In clinic, with your receptionist, they might be very, what so much of time, what this, blah, blah, blah. And when they enter, good morning, sir. Fine? And receptionist will be observing, she will be shocked. What is happening? She does not know, no, it's Lycopodium. But you know, she tells, sir, he was making so much of hangama outside. And see, sir, in front of you, because you are the boss there. Done? So, this is how you should identify. Okay, so dominating, dictatorial, anger, contradiction from. What they say is right. That's what I was just trying to tell. Dominating, dictatorial. The other remedy? Dulk is, yeah, Sepia is also there. But the remedy we spoke very recently was Dulk. Dulk is also dominating. So Lyco can also be dominating, but only on inferiors. And Lycopodium also has this symptom that, when praised, they give away everything. When praised, see now, they know their capacity. Fine? And you keep telling them, sir, you are such a guy, nice man, this. What happens? It's true, no? So your ego is so much, sir, you are such a nice guy, means it is going up. And somebody who is smart can just say, sir, I need so much of money. Oh, only this much, take. So you have this symptom in Lycopodium that, when you praise them, they can give away whatever you want. That's also there. And Lyco is also a guy who I told you will not like responsibilities. And one thing I'll try to tell, and I'll try to finish the mind here, that they are the kind of people who are adulterous. There are plenty of things in mind. I am just giving you a small slice for a second year student. But do remember this, Lyco is adulterous. What is adulterous? Cheating whom? Cheating me? Cheating you? Cheating the partner. Cheating the partner by, in which way? In which way? For example, wife takes 100 rupees from husband's purse. Is it adulterous? When cheating them physically. Having a married lady or a man having an illegal affair with some other lady or a man. Fine? See, it can be female or it can be male. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Not that only husbands are adulterous, wives are all very good. Wives can also be adulterous. Okay? So, Lyco can be adulterous. There are again some 10-12 remedies in your repertory in your materia medica. And another remedy that you should remember is you are talking of pulsatilla, no? Satya Savitri. Pulsatilla can also be adulterous. But the pulsatilla that we all know was like, very mild, weeping, consolation. Many times husband gets fooled. That's why I told you, be careful if you have a pulsatilla wife, they can be very dangerous. But they give a picture as if nothing has happened. But they can be dangerous. Fine? Pulse, Lyco, Plat, Cantharis, Lachesis, Barat, Phosphorus. Phos. One of the most handsome constitutions in our materia medica. And I was trying to tell some other, batch, phosphorus need not, strain. See, phosphorus need not work hard so that girls will fall for him. He is phosphorus, that's sufficient. Girls will chumma come and fall for him. You are getting my point? They need not work very hard. That's the kind of charm. Phosphorus carries. He's built. Any heroine you ask, what will the heroine say? Tall, lean, broad shoulders, etc., etc. That's the typical physique what phosphorus will have. Very handsome, okay, very good looking, and above all, he is very good in speaking. Just he starts talking, that's what we have in phos. Very charming personality. Done. So, mind of Lycopodium. To start with, we started. They are very timid. They are covered. They have want of confidence. Good number of fears they have. Very anticipatory, irritable, angry, stage fright. And then we also saw to build up or to cover up, not build up, to cover up the timidity, they tend to act very strong, and they project that they are very strong, and you see them boasting. They keep boasting about themselves. They keep boasting. Done? And dominating, dictatorial, etc., etc. is what we spoke. Any questions here?
You told they run away from responsibility. But what if they get on responsibility? They perform well or what they do?
See, this is the basic nature. Okay? Picture abhi baki hai. What I am trying to tell you is, this is the basic thing I am trying to tell you for a second year student. Done. But you will also see lot of things in Lycopodium. But basically this is how they are. Given a choice, they would run away. But 4 or 5 of them are seeing, and somebody is trying to tell, you are very good, you are this, that, then do you think Lycopodium will run away? Because it's a question of ego, no? And they're all trying to tell, he is such a nice man, such a good person. At least to satisfy them, to satisfy his ego, he might still do. But this is how basically they are. Okay? Very haughty, very egoistic people. All the ego haughtiness will come to cover this basic trait of Lycopodium, to cover their want of confidence. See, they have stage fear. Okay? And now he is a manager of a software company, or he is a software engineer now. He comes to you. And what did I tell you? That Lycopodium will have stage fear. So you'll ask him, do you have stage fear? Me? No, I don't have stage fear. Then we will not ask, do you have stage fear? Okay? For example, Lycopodium, now they will not have stage fear. You go back. Before doctor, I had bad stage fear. Then how did you overcome? I went for that personality development course. And there they told, no, you should be strong, ding. And now I can deliver a lecture. But if it's Lycopodium, even now, he will tell you, you can check with him, sir, before starting, no sir, I have that starting problem. But once I start, again go back to your library and read Kant's. Kant says, great lawyers, great intellectual people are Lycopodium. Lycopodium lawyer also will have initial hiccups. When he starts the case, he might blabber and everybody in the audience might laugh, Ayo, whom did we give our case to? But as he starts his case, he will be the winner. So they'll have that initial problems. Okay? See, many things will be covered up when they come to you. That's what next year you will be studying is psychotic miasm. And whatever I am trying to tell you here is all soric miasm. The timidity, this confidence want of, this anxiety, anticipation, they are all sora. That covered up picture, what they come in front of you with neat taigi and all, and they are sitting in front of you, that is a psychotic Lycopodium. How different irtara. But you go into the flashback, they will definitely tell you all these things. They may not tell, but if you tell correct, I will give you the correct medicine. If you tell wrong, I will give you the wrong medicine. No, sir, I will tell. Fine? And the psychotic Lyco will tell you all the soric Lyco. Yeah, I have been like this. I have been a very, scary guy, pukla, timid. I would always run away. Fine? That kind of things. So that is Lycopodium. Okay. We have time? 15 minutes? Okay. Half an hour, very good. So we'll try to take up the characteristics. Again, before I try to take up the characteristics, sphere of action, mucous membrane, GI, skin, respiratory, lungs we saw, and kidneys, skin, male and female genitalia. Okay. And then I told you about ailments from quite a few. Physically, how are they? Lean, thin, emaciated. Emaciation more prominent in the upper part. Good. Then mentally very strong, physically very weak. Good. Premature graying. And you'll also have all those frown. What is frown? Like, you have this, frown. You have people who are always like this, like, frown face. And they can also have, what is this, lines, wrinkles, burrows over the forehead. Very prominent in Lyco. And we saw the mind. Interesting part. I have not completely done justice to mind, but for a second year student I feel this is sufficient. What are the key points in mind? Timid, covered, confidence want of, anticipation, fear of plenty of things. Okay, and in the next stage you can also see that they are dominating, angry, hard on inferiors, soft on superiors. When you contradict them, when you go against them, they become angry, they become irritated. Okay, adulterous, few things, and very egoistic, haughty guy. Fine. So that's Lycopodium. We'll get back to the characteristic symptoms. First thing is, Lyco has got a beautiful time modality. 4 to 8 p.m. Complaints aggravate between 4 to 8 p.m. Okay. Another remedy? 4 to 9. 4 to 8. Another remedy? You have two remedies. One is Helleborus. Is there for your syllabus? Don't worry. Helleborus. And another one is Sabadilla. Helleborus. PM. Yeah. 4 to 8 p.m. Evening, 4 to 8 p.m. So we have remedies which will have typical time modalities. Arsenic Kamal? 12 to 2 AM or PM. You also have callus. Callus ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? ಕ್ಯಾಲಿಫಾಸೋ ಕ್ಯಾಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆಗಿದೆ. 2 to 4 AM. 2 to 4 AM. They are more of callus. Lyco is 4 to 8. See, one more very important thing in Lycopodium is right-sided complaints, then they move to the left side. complaints travel or complaints starts on right side and then it goes to the left side. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Like for example, we have got many of the things which are two, hands, legs, eyes, ears, whatever. So for example, shoulder pain in Lycopodium will start in the right and then it goes to the left. It is not diagonal. It crosses from one part to the other part. Right to left. ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ರೈಟ್ ಟು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. Exactly opposite is left to right, no? First adu, and that is Lycopodium. Lycopodium, yes. Yeah, beautiful. Another remedy is ailments. What is left to right in ailments? That's the reason ailments is forgotten. None of us remember ailments because ailments, what is left to right is the nasal discharge. The discharge starts from the left nostril and then it moves to the right nostril. Not everything in ailments will move from left to right. Everything which moves from left to right is more of Lycopodium. Aita? Which are all the other right side remedies? Okay. Epis, good. Epis ide. Bryonia, Restox, then magnesium first, yes, good. Then Chelidonium, okay. Chala, right to left, 4 to 8 p.m. aggravation. And talking about desires, they have got desires for sweets, more than sweets, desires for warm things, desires sweets, warm things, hot things, and aversion to oysters, cabbage, they are not like, because it aggravates their problems, it causes complaints. Okay, so desires, aversions, and like for example, even we have this, like for example, stones, calculi, formation for calculi. Not only kidney stones, it can also cause gallstones. It's again a very important remedy acting on liver, causing inflammation, causing jaundice. Alcohol is also an ailment in Lycopodium. Okay, so it's again a top liver remedy. Acting on gallbladder, it can cause gallstones, kidney stones, and that stony deposits in the joints, uric acid. One foot hot, the other foot cold. One foot hot, the other foot cold. It can also apply to the hand. One palm hot, the other palm cold. And increased appetite. What is it? Increased appetite. But why it becomes characteristic in Lyco is little fills. Okay? Lycopodium, when he is hungry, when he sees the table and if food is placed on the table, he has a feeling. What is that feeling he has? Yeah, I might finish everything. But what will happen? 4 mouthfuls he would have eaten and he feels enough. Same thing happens at the physical level. You getting my point? Same thing applies to the physical level. For example, increased sexual desire. Okay? That's why the Lycopodium wife will tell. When Lycopodium's wife sees Lycopodium looking at other girls, what will Lycopodium wife tell? Hey, don't worry, he will not do anything. He will just look. I don't know if you got this point or not, but anyway, let's get back. So Lycopodium's excess appetite, but few mouthfuls fills. That is Lycopodium. Okay. Constipation when away from home. Constipation when away from home. Constipation while traveling. Platina ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? Platina. Constipation when away from home. One more remedy is ambrogracia. Ambrogracia over? Okay, don't worry. Ambrogracia, remember. This is with the characteristic symptoms. Quickly, 4 to 8 p.m. Right to right to left, and that tendency for stone formations, and one palm or one sole is hot and the other palm or the other sole is cold. Good. Amala. Aversions and desires we spoke, and then we also saw that appetite, and there are many more, like for example physometra. What is physometra? Flatus coming from the vaginal opening. You are aware of flatus vein, no? So you have got in women, through the vaginal opening there will be flatus. We call this as physometra. And child cries before passing urine. Child cries before passing urine. They have this sedimentous urine. So before passing urine, you see them crying. And once the urine comes, the sediments are out and they feel better. Okay. Above all, what we forgot is Nash trios of flatulent remedies. I'll take up this. Flatulent remedy is what we are trying to discuss. And 3 remedies you gave me. One was carbovage, the other was Lyco and China. Lyco is L and Lyco will be lower abdomen. Okay? It can be throughout, but predominantly Lycopodium is lower. Okay? And once they pass once they pass flatus, they feel better. Carbovage is upper. And naturally the upper orifice will be erectations. And they feel the upper abdomen is full of gas, and once they have erectations, they feel better. That is carbovage. And China, the most populated. It can be either up or it can be down. China. And they are not better by erectations, they are not better by flatulence. Viva, they will ask simple questions like this only. Name the trios. How will you differentiate? Fine, you got carbovage upper, Lycopodium L lower, and China is whole abdomen. Okay? Any questions? 20 minutes we'll try to finish up particulars, or it's too much for today? Can you digest? You should not be confused. No, very good. No problem. Even if one person says no, then it is no. Fine. So what I'll do is next class, Lycopodium half an hour, calcarea floor half an hour will finish. When Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yavata ondina karire, I'll try to finish it up. No problem. Yavaga? Monday 12 to 1? Postings ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. One day prayer, you just message me. Not an issue. Switch off. Not an issue. We'll finish it off.